Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Mo Dynasty. It's MLB The Show 26 and we are back. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be making content again, this time for MLB The Show. This is episode 1, Introduction to Franchise Road to the Show. Just like my college football dynasties, I will be using dice rolling throughout this dynasty. It may seem odd to need dice to play a video game, however, I use the dice to roll outcomes for events that will be occurring during this dynasty. Since I can't go into the code of MLB The Show, the dice are used to add random events. I believe this randomness adds a layer of uncertainty which makes MLB The Show more enjoyable, less stale, and less predictable. I do hope that MLB The Show one day will add these types of events to their game, as I think it would greatly add to the immersion. Let me go over some keys to my dynasty/franchise experience. Number 1, and this is what is going to be a lot of fun this year, I'm doing a mix of franchise and road to the show. I'm taking what I think are the best parts. So I'm going to be an MLB franchise, but I'm going to start managing at the AA system. I must stay as a AA manager until we win a AA championship. So like road to the show, I'm starting at the bottom trying to claw my way up, but instead of playing with just one player, I'm playing with the whole team. Then I must win at the AAA level to make it to the show. So it's a combination of my favorite, which is franchise, with that element of trying to climb from low to the top. Now to me, this combines the best part about Road to the Show by simulating the climb to the majors while also satisfying my desire to hit and pitch with the whole team and not just one player, which I do feel gets boring after a while, at least in my experience with Road to the Show. I have created a monthly schedule of randomly rolled events for the entire season, and I have included more staff, which I hope one day they will add into MLB The Show as well. So not just the head coach, but I've also got like my hitting coach and my pitching coach, and I've got my trainer and things like that to add to the experience. So you're actually trying to build a club both on the field and off the field. I play on Hall of Fame difficulty, and I play with quick counts on by default. There may be a random event that says not to, but by default I play with quick counts. I find that does speed the game up from, it can take over an hour if you don't do quick counts, and to me that makes it a 40 to 50 minute experience in a full game, and since I'm going to be playing a lot of full games, that's the way I want to go. I enjoy quick counts because it also makes you think about where you're at in the count, instead of always swinging at the 0-0 pitch. It puts you in different counts that add, I think, to the strategy. Now step 1 in this experience is the team reveal. Now I am a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan in football. It's my favorite team of any sports team. I love the Steelers. I bleed black and gold. But I am also a St. Louis Cardinals fan in baseball. So I'm not going to beat the Cardinals this year, so I'm going to try to take on the task of making the Pittsburgh Pirates a winner in baseball. Unfortunately for me, I don't get to pitch with Paul Skeens right away because he's already in the majors. I've got to work my way up to Paul Skeens. Now it's time to see what kind of staff I am working with. And here's the way it's going to work. I get 5 of these positions on the staff. The manager, which is me, the hitting coach, the pitching coach, the bench coach, and the bullpen coach. And I get to pick on a rating scale of 0 to 100 what those 5 people will be. I get to have 1 C-rated person. I get to have 3 D-rated people. I get to have 1 F-rated person on a scale of, let's get 1 to 100. And each rating I use for these 5 positions, and I record them on my team info sheet. And so I'll show you what I did with that later on. But basically throughout the year, if I get a random event that deals with the manager, I may be asked to roll against that ability. And let's say, and I can tell you right now, I'm a C50. I would basically have a 50-50 chance of something good going to happen or something bad to happen, versus my F20 person only has a 20% chance of something good happening versus an 80% chance that something not as good will happen. And so I do this to show that, not everybody in your staff in the minors is going to be a quality person, as they are also starting near the bottom as well. Then I'm doing the same thing with these 4 positions. I've got my first base coach, my third base coach, my strength and conditioning coach, and my trainer. And my 4 ratings will be a C50, 2 D35s, and an F20. And once again, I'll show you on my team info form what I chose to go with there. And then I have something that I've noticed that Madden has introduced lately, and that is approval ratings. I've got 5 different approval ratings. Number 1, I've got the approval rating of the GM. And basically, if the approval rating for the GM is low, I could get fired. You have the fans' approval rating of how you're doing as a manager. You have the media's approval rating, and they'll report that in the news. You have how the players approach you and how they view you as far as their approval of how you're doing. And then your staff that are below you, they have their approval ratings of how you're doing as well. And once again, I can put one of these at a C50, which I can tell you I'm putting GM because I don't want to get fired. And then I'll have 3 of these at D35, and then one of them will be a 20 as an F. Then, and this is to me what adds to the immersion as well, I'm having something called the JSR, or Job Security Rating, and that's demonstrated on a rating of 1 to 100, or 0 to 100 if you will, with 1 being bad and 100 being good. At the start of the season, I started 50, and then different actions and events, including winning and losing games, will definitely impact my job security rating, which can increase and decrease throughout the season. And at the end of the season, my JSR will be used to determine if I get brought back for another season. Don't want that to drop below 1. Step 6, I want to talk about the team chemistry. This is also denoted with a 1 through 100 rating scale, with once again 1 being bad and 100 being good. And we start at 50 at the start of the season, and different actions and events may cause the team chemistry number to increase or decrease through the season. At the end of the season, my team chemistry will be reset to 50. Step 7, for the start of the franchise, I get a number of GM moves equal to the overall MLB ranking of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And what I consider a move is the use of the trade finder with the players that I want to trade. So in MLB The Show, you could put a player on there and you could say, hey, find me a trade. If I do that, it's going to cost me 1 move. However, if I manually go in and I go to a specific team, let's say there's a person on the Cardinals that I know I want to trade for, I can put that player's name on my trade block for wanting to trade, but because I'm doing it myself, it's going to cost me 2 moves. And if I want to grab a free agent, that also costs 1 move. So a trade finder is 1 move, a free agent is 1 move. If I'm trying to manually trade for someone or some people, then that costs me 2 moves. And here's how I consider it for this game. If the Pirates were ranked as the 1st through 5th best team in MLB The Show, which they're not, I would get only 1 move. And of course, it goes down the list. This is to represent that a team that's ranked 26th through 30th is probably going to make a bunch of moves to acquire younger talent, which of course will help me in the double A's as well. Step 8, after I've used some or all of these moves, I'm going to organize my pitching staff starters and bullpen for spring training. Then I'll move on to the next day. For step 9, I'm then going to organize my lineup against right-handed starters and left-handed starters, and I will simulate to the first game of the season. For step 10, I'm going to select 2 team captains. I'm going to select 1 hitter and 1 pitcher. Each player that I select for these 2 team captains, they're going to get to improve their potential rating by a D3, or a 3-sided die, meaning they may be able to go up 1, 2, or 3 points in their potential, as I have given them the label of team captain. So this is my way, I wish the game had this, of basically elevating someone just a bit for being the leader on your team. And I'm going to have 1 pitcher and 1 hitter be a captain. Then on step 11, I'm going to play opening day on the AA squad with my number 1 pitcher, of course. After that game, I'm going to simulate the next 5 games to the number 2 pitcher's next start. So I'm going to pitch the first game, and then I'm going to skip games 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then go back to the 7th game of the season, which would be with my second pitcher, and then he will pitch, and then we'll skip another 6 games to get to the 3rd pitcher's performance. So that's the way the season will go. Pitch 1 game, sim 5 more, and then go ahead and go on with the next pitcher that I haven't gotten to pitch with before. And in between those, in those 5 simulated games, there will be roles to represent what might happen in those games. I might have additional games that I play, or different random events will happen. Now for opening day, because everyone's hope springs eternal on opening day, we're going to play the full game, and winning or losing that game will have impacts on my approval ratings and other impacts as well. So for this opening day, because people probably put an unnecessary amount of focus on that opening day, because people are excited, if I win, I'm going to get to move up a D20 in my GM approval rating, and then a separately rolled D20 for my fans, a separately rolled D20 for the media, players, and staff. Of course, if I lose that game, then I'm subtracting a D20 from each of those 5 things. And then it's also going to impact my job security by a D10, my team chemistry by a D10, and my manager rating by a D10. That being said, After the opening day game, I'm then going to also, besides these benefits, for each played game that I do, I'm going to roll a 20-sided die, and one of these 20 things will happen based on winning or losing the game. And most of these add potential to either the MVP hitter, so that would be the person who the game says is the MVP if they give it to a hitter. Now sometimes, and a lot of times in the minors, I found they give it to a pitcher, so then I would have to decide based on the statistics and how we did who would deserve that MVP rating, and they would get to move up either just a base 2, 3, 4, or 5, or a pitcher will go up 2, 3, 4, or 5 for winning. Of course, if we lose, then I subtract 2, 3, 4, or 5 from what you would call the LVP, the least valuable player who cost us the game. If I happen to roll 9, 10, 11, or 12, then 2 players get to go up, both the MVP hitter and the pitcher. Now, if we get roll 13 through 20, instead of it being just a specific number, it's actually a roll of how much you'll get. And you'll see on that, it's a D4, D3, D6, D8, so various numbers there. This is, for me, what I think about this is important is I want my minor league players to develop, and sometimes I think MLB The Show isn't, I feel like they're stingy on the player development in the minors. In some ways, I wish they started out at lower numbers like 45 and 46 or 47, and they made incremental jumps as they went. Instead of starting at like 60 and only going up 2, I think it'd be more fun if they started like 30 and went up like 5, just to show that, raw young players are very low on the scale, but based on how good they are, they can see bigger jumps. That's what I would do, and that's what I'd like to see MLB The Show go to. And then, so here is my team info form that I talked about. I have given my GM a approval rating of 50. The fans are 35, the media is 20, the players are 35, and the staff is 35. And then, of course, as I mentioned, my job security starts at 50, team chemistry 50, and my manager rating is also a 50. And that, of course, is going to change. This form will change throughout the course of the season. And then here are my staff ratings. My hitting, pitching coach, and bench coach are all 35s. My bullpen coach is a 20. My first base, third base coaches are 35. My strength coach is a 50. And my trainer is a 20. And those can go up or down as the season progresses as well. Another rule that I have in place that I want to talk about is my year-long streak rule. During the season, if my team ever enjoys a 5-game winning streak, or if we ever suffer a 5-game losing streak, then that can create what's called a team captain, which I've already told you about my 2 that I'm going to pick. I can get a third team captain if I have a 5-game winning streak to show that we're really coming together as a team, we're cohesive, and we're enjoying victory. On the flip side, if I have a 5-game losing streak, then it can possibly be a clubhouse cancer. So either streak, if it's reached, I roll against my team chemistry number, and if a success is reached, meaning that the number I roll is in between a 1 and my team chemistry number, then that is a success, and I add a team captain. On the flip side, if the number fails when I have a winning streak, then no team captain is made. On the flip side, if I am failing with a 5-game losing streak and I roll against my number, my team chemistry number, and I fail, then I will cause or create a clubhouse cancer. Now let's start. If I do get a team captain, once again, they'll go up with potential by a D3. However, if I do fail on a losing streak with that roll, then I will create what's called a clubhouse cancer. And that person can sap the spirit from the clubhouse. They'll demand to be traded. They'll later on, I can get a random event that can cause the clubhouse cancer to cause the whole team to lose overall rating points, or it can affect more things like team chemistry in a bigger way and things like that. So that's a rule that I've put in place. It would be neat for me. I would like to see MLB The Show do something like this, just to show that, the baseball season's a grind, and I feel like they should reflect that in the game where these events come up to indicate stuff like that. And then, as I said, every 5th game that I play after the opening day game, what will happen is at the end of the game, there'll be one roll to see which approval rating goes up or down, and this time it'll go up by a D12, unless of course I roll 6, at which point all of these would go up or down a D12. And then I would roll one of these things, and that would impact one of those as well. So every played game I have, there'll be some sort of approval rating that goes up or down, and one of these things that'll go up or down as well. So that's just, to me, a way to make regular season games, especially in the majors if we ever get there, it just makes those games more important and feel like there's something always in the line. Unlike NFL, where every game determines if you're going to make the playoffs or not, let's face it, when you're playing 162 games in MLB, or in the minors when you're playing over 80, it's a grind. And so you want games to have feeling and value. So not only will the players have potential to go up or down, my approval ratings and these other things have a chance to go up or down as well. As I mentioned, in between the opening day and the second game, there are going to be 5 games that are possibly simulated. I will roll on a 100-sided die, and you can see what the impact will have. About half the time, we're just going to simulate the game. But the other half of the time, one of these different events will pop up. And it might be a manager event, it might be a bullpen coach event. And what happens is, when I roll that thing, I will then click on that event, and it'll take me to a screen, and that'll tell me what a random event occurs. Once again, it would be awesome if MLB The Show did this, so I didn't have to create this. I have had fun making these charts, but still, it would be cool if the game did this for us, so that it had more of a day-to-day experience, going through the season, the ups and the downs. But I'll try to do that as best I can in MLB The Show with the charts that I've made. So here we are. We're taking the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. Let's take a look at their overall, even though we're going to be down on the AA. So the overall club, they've got ranked 20th, 21st in contact, 22nd in power, 15th in pitching, 10th in defense, 3rd in speed, 24th for the farm system. So our teams in the minors will be the Indianapolis Indians, the AAA, but we'll be starting with the Altoona Curve. Cool research I did on Altoona. They're named after the railroad tracks, the curve that happens there. Also a play on the word curveball. So a very cool Pennsylvania team, Altoona Curve. You can see the Pirates have a $131 million budget, which is incredible compared to my Cardinals. They have a $90 million budget, and they're ranked 28th overall, dead last in power, second to dead last contact, 28th in pitching. Oh my goodness, my Cardinals are going to stink this year. But back to the issue at hand, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They are the team we will be taking. Since the Pirates are ranked 20th in the game, using my way that I'm allowed to make some moves to start the season, I'm allowed 4 moves. And I've decided, instead of trading people, I'm going to go out and grab 4 free agents, and I'm going to save those trades hopefully for the July deadline. We're going to see where we're at, but I'm going to go out and grab 4 free agents. And I was looking at the squad in AA Altoona, and basically everyone's a deep potential outside a couple players. So I'm looking for basically anyone who's not a deep potential and who's 24 years or younger. So the first guy I'm going to grab here is Steve Hernandez. He is it's weird, they don't give you the age this year. You almost have to scroll up like this to see. He's a 23-year-old with C potential, and he's a lefty. So to me, that's good enough. He'll be one of our best pitchers in the doubles. So we're going to grab Steve Hernandez. We're going to sign him to a 1-year contract. So we're going to make that happen. I'm going to cut some people, and then I'll come back. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the cuts I'm making. So as I was looking at the Pirates roster, they have 23 relief pitchers, and we don't need that many. And so when you look at the lowly rated players, I'm going to cut Jaded Woods. I'm going to cut Hung Len Chang. These are under 50 rated players with deep potential. I'm going to cut Brandon Beddoe. And my last cut, I'm going to cut Cy Nelson. He's a 25-year-old D51D. So I'm going to keep Eddie Rodriguez just because he's a position player. We don't have as many of those as we have these pitchers. So I'm definitely going to cut Cy Nielsen. And that at least gets rid of people that are deep potential, no better than 51, and most of them were under the 50 rating. That frees up 4 spots. So now I'm going to go back and take care of that. So now I've freed up some roster spots. So the first person I'm going to grab here is Steve Hernandez. As we look at him, 23-year-old out of the Dominican Republic, 5'10", 187. You know, the fact he's a lefty, he's a 73 overall, and he throws left. You know, granted, his not all this stuff looks great, but look at that, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he throws the 2-seamer about a quarter of the time as well at 95. So I definitely see a lot of potential with Steve Hernandez at only 23. You're going to sign him, and I could see him being an ace on the AA squad. So he is our first grab that we're going to have. The next person I'm going to grab, even though it goes against my age, really I wanted to keep people a little bit younger. The closing role is just a mess in our doubles, and so I'm going to grab Phil Reyes, this 28-year-old. When you look at him, he's 28, but he is a C potential, 73 overall, and our pitching staff is a mess down there. So I'm going to grab Phil Reyes, and he's going to be my second move, and that is half of my moves. My third get is going to be Elmer Geronimo, this 23-year-old starting pitcher. He is C potential. I like the fact he's got 5 pitches. He's a righty. He's a 23-year-old 68C, and I feel he's going to be set right into the rotation as well. So we're going to grab Elmer Geronimo as our third get in the 4 moves I can make. Last get is going to be Junior Severino. What I like about him is he's only 26. When I say only, I know that's older for the doubles, but he's a 65 overall, switch hitter, C potential, and what's more important, when you look at what he can play as far as positions, he can play third as his primary, but he can play first, second, short, left, and right. So basically, he is a super utility player. He's really going to help us when we need a day off. We can sub him in. And basically, I think he's going to be a full-time starter, just basically moving all around the field, giving people breaks. So our fourth and final selection in our free agent moves, we're going to grab Junior Severino. And that gives us the 4 players that we're going to be signing from free agency. That puts our team at a maximum of 93 players. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up my minor league rosters, both hitters and pitchers, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Made some changes. We're ready to look at the lineup for this year's Altoona Curve. Batting leadoff is Edward Florentino. He is a top 100 prospect. Currently, he is in our organization. He is the number 4 player in all of our organization ranked, and he's 38th in Major League Baseball. He's a 62 or 63B, 19-year-old, and he plays first, left, right, but his primary position is center field. There's a lot of things to like here. Definitely he's got some good contact already for this age. He's got some decent fielding. He's got some decent speed. When you look at 80 speed, not a very good base stealer, but we're not really doing a lot of base stealing, so I like his speed in center field. Has a couple of quirks already. And notice there, he's ranked 4th in our organization and 38th overall in Major League Baseball. Got a lot of blue in the hitting zones there, but he's 19 and he's a work in progress, and he's going to lead off for us. Here's one of the people we grabbed from free agency, Junior Severino. He is a switch hitter, so I like having him batting second. I also like the fact that he's got some of the best power on the team. Yes, he's a veteran as veterans go. He is 26 years old, but I love the fact that he's a switch hitter. He's got some decent hitting numbers for sure. He also plays a ton of positions, so I can see him just basically playing almost every day as long as he can handle it. Batting third is our DH, Jared Jones. He is typically a first baseman, but because of his pop numbers, I've got him batting third, and his fielding isn't great, so that's why he's going to DH for us. I also like his 45 clutch, which doesn't sound great, but when you look at the clutch numbers in the minor leagues, you can see he's got one of the better clutch ratings that we have. Batting cleanup is Nick Simeo. He is also a first baseman, but he plays a little bit better defense, so I've got him batting cleanup. He does have some good pop. Batting fifth for us is Sean Ross, the catcher. He's a 62D, 26-year-old, so it's not like there's a lot of upside for him, but there really isn't a lot of catcher prospects for the Pirates in the organization at this level. I mean, his backup is Wyatt Hendry, who is a D, 27-year-old, 59. So we don't have a lot going for us there, but overall his hitting numbers actually aren't terrible when you look at where everybody else is. So, and he's a 62 overall, so he's one of our better players, so we're batting fifth. I have a platoon role going on here in right field. Trey Gonzalez is going to bat against right-handed pitchers, and then against lefties, we're going to bat PJ Hilson. Trey Gonzalez, and what does he have to offer? Just basically the platoon role, that's about all we've got. Rodani De Los Santos is going to be our shortstop. What I like about him is he's 21 and he's a 60D, so I'd like to see him grow. He's got some good speed, some decent fielding, more of a contact slash hitter than anything else. And then we also have a platoon role going on in left field with Mitch Jebb. He is just, he's a 58D, if I remember right. No, 58C. So he's still got some opportunities to grow, and he bats left-handed. And then batting ninth is the very speedy, 85 speedy second baseman. He's a 61D, but I do like the fact that he is pretty fast. So I like him basically playing that second leadoff role, inning ninth. There are our starters. On the bench, once again, P.J. Hilson is going to platoon and hit against left-handed pitching. William Lugo actually is not very bad at all for coming off the bench. He's a 60 overall. William Lugo is D, but he's only 24, so there's still opportunity there to grow. Javier Ribas is a 62 shortstop with some good speed and some decent numbers. I could easily see him getting a chance to start if we have an injury. He's a 60D. Wait, let's see, who is Ribas? He's a 62D, so he might jump in the starting lineup if he gets some early hits. He may be coming in at some spots. He can play second, short, and third. So really anywhere in the infield that isn't the corner spots, other than third, I suppose. But he could easily grab a starting role if he starts to hit off the bench. And then our outfielder, Lonnie White, is also going to platoon, and he is going to play sometimes as the other. He'll come in for Mitch Jebb, as you can see here in left field. Then our backup catcher, we talked about already, Wyatt Hendry. Not a lot of opportunities to have probably some people make the Major League roster. Our best bets are probably Edward Florentino, just because he already is considered a top prospect. And then a possibility for Jared Jones. He is ranked number 14 in our organization. I don't know. He's got C potential. His hitting numbers already, he's got decent pop. The question is, can he make it basically as a DH? Because his fielding is a little lackluster, and he only plays first. So his ceiling may be a little low. He may be a career AA hitter, but do a good job of driving runs in. Because our goal, remember, is to win a championship here in the AA's before we move on to the AAA's to hopefully then move on to the Major Leagues. But definitely of these players, Florentino probably has the best path to the Major Leagues with that B potential already. Decent speed, not a great pop bat, but he's already got the contact that's working on it. In fact, he does have that tag as the number 38th player in all of baseball and 4th in our organization. Now let's go to the pitching rotation. I went and grabbed Steve Hernandez from free agency. Obviously, what I like about him is he's got C potential, and he's a 73 overall, which is fantastic. And he is 23 years old. And the fact he's a lefty, 4 pitches. Not a huge fan of the two-seam pitch from lefties, but I like that he has the slider. Like to see that. Then I went out and grabbed Elmer Geronimo. He'll be our number 2 pitcher. He's a 68 C potential pitcher, 23 years old, and he's number 12th player in our organization. Just as a take a look at Steve Hernandez, he's actually 5th in our Pirates organization. So in free agency, we grabbed him, and he's already 5th best prospect the Pirates have. So you can see why I went out and grabbed him. And Geronimo is 12th in our organization. Tony Solomito is a 65C potential 23-year-old. Once again, he's a lefty, and he has that slider. And I like that. And a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from the left side. Seth Hernandez, he is one of our... Oh, and by the way, Solomito is 8th ranked in our organization. But the star player that might make it to the majors for us, if not Steve Hernandez as well, is the other Hernandez, Seth Hernandez. He's a 66 B potential, only 19 years old. He's number 3 in our organization and 24th in all of baseball. And he has 4 pitches. He's a righty. He's got the 4-seamer, the 12-6, the changeup, and the slider. And then rounding out the rotation is Connor Wheatreef. We'll just say that, maybe Wheatreef, whatever. He is another lefty, so we're throwing 3 lefties in our starting rotation. He's a 62D overall. He's 15th in our organization, which, what does that tell you about our organization? That he's 15th, but he does feature a sweeper and a sinker from the left-hand side. All right, our number 6 pitcher If we ever need a bullpen session or a long relief session, it's going to be Christian Curtis. He is a D potential 23-year-old, just basically probably no future in the majors, but you need warm bodies down there, and he fills that role. Then we have 3 middle relievers. We've got Alessandro Urcolani. He's got 5 pitches, so that's the one thing you like here. Even though he's a starting pitcher, he's going to be in middle relief for us. We've got Sean Sullivan, the veteran, C potential, 56 overall at 25 years old. He does feature, though, 5 pitches that I like. And then our one lefty coming out of the bullpen is Dominic Ricci. He is D potential, 25 years old. So I don't know how much he's going to provide for us in the major leagues, but he does, once again, have 5 pitches. And so you'll take that. And then we have 2 setup guys, both with low stamina, 29 stamina from Michael Darrell Hicks. He's got C potential, but he's already 28. So how far can he take us? And then you got Ryan Harbin, low-rated 53D overall. He features 4 pitches, only has the 24 stamina. The closer we went out and got, Phil Reyes. He is a 73C potential 28-year-old. So while his path to the majors may be limited, he may be one of those late blossoming ones if he performs really well. His major pitch is his 2-seamer. He'll then also throw the sweeping curve and occasionally the changeup. So there is the Altoona Curve starting day roster. We're going to go ahead and go to the calendar. And we are going to go ahead and simulate through. Well, look at that. Paul Skeens already hurt. That's not good news for the team. We're going to put that on auto. That would not be good. All right, looks like we have to take care of that. Let's see. Let's find out why we have 27 people. I'm going to fix that and come back. Of that, we're going to go ahead and continue to simulate. Thank goodness Skeens is not hurt for a very long time. He's going to be a big part of our organization. Wow, you don't like to see that. Ryan O'Hearn, 1 to 2 months. Now, that's bad news for the big club. The fact that they probably will start losing because of that isn't the worst thing for our AA team to get some prospects. Let's see what's going on here. They're giving us some things there. Let's see. Should the big club make a move? Yes, they should. So, let's see. We should probably... I'm going to set the injury management on automatic. And that way, let's see if they take care of that. Okay. Now let's see if they took care of it. I'm just curious if they have... No, they still have a Major League roster of 25. Who do they have playing first base? I would be curious about that. Where is their injured list? Okay, Ryan O'Hearn. I mean, that's a long injury. So who do they have playing first base? They're going to put in Nick York. Wow. Well, you would think they would want to call up. And why are they not starting Brian Reynolds? It's beyond me. That is crazy. Let me take care of that, and we'll come back. Now, I do want to show you the top prospects list. Notice there we've got Connor Griffin. Boy, I can't wait to play with him if we can get there. But he's the #1 prospect in all of baseball, which is fantastic. Let's look at our organization, though. We are ranked the best farm system, which I love. Connor Griffin is 1. Seth Hernandez is rated 2. Florentino is 3, as we talked about. Hernandez is 4. So these are all players we have to play with. Tamar Johnson is 5th. He's in the triples. So he's with us. Harrington's in the triples. And then Barco is in the majors. And then Valdez is there. So, we've definitely got a good farm system currently ranked first. I like seeing that. But what we're looking for is we're looking at the calendar for our first our first double-A game, and we are going to be traveling to take on the Senators. I don't know if that's the Hartford Senators or which Senators that is. Let's see if we can look at the standings. Where are we? We are Altoona. Okay. HFD, so it could be Hartford, maybe. And we're going to be taking on the pitcher Susanna. So once again, this first game has a lot of impact for our approval ratings, our job security, and our team chemistry. And don't forget, there's also the opportunity for a player to go up or down in as far as their potential. So let's go ahead and find out what that is. The role that I got was it's going to be a 5 potential to our MVP hitter, whether we win or lose. So if we win, we're going to get to add 5 potential to our MVP hitter. If we lose, we're going to lose 5 points from whoever is most contributing to us losing. So as we look at our calendar, the Curve taking on the Senators in our first game. This is exciting, as this will be the first MLB game, or MLB The Show 26 game I'll be playing. Can't wait to see how things look. Oh, that's cool. So we get the home, we got the road, and then we've got the alternate, which is nice. We'll be home. So presentation mode, we're going to go, we go quick counts. And we're definitely going to give them this lineup to start with Steve Hernandez. And that is what we'll go with there. No reason to stop it there. All right. MLB The Show 26. It is time for me to play this first game on the first early access night. Harrisburg. Okay, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I'm assuming, against Altoona. So we've got some Pennsylvania squads going at it. Harrisburg and Altoona. There we see Coach Mo running the show here. All right, Steve Hernandez is featuring a 4-seamer, a 2-seamer, slider, and a changeup. He's got some really good velocity for a lefty coming from that left side with a 95 to 99 mile an hour fastball. I'm excited for the new feature as far as the bear down. Not sure how it's going to work. Also, saying that the call is wrong. Okay, we need to change the settings. We don't want them saying the pitch what we should throw. So let's see if we can't figure that out. I'm going to get with that and not do that. I would like to know that. Not sure how that works. I'll have to look that up. That's going to be a little annoying. Let's see, audio. Let's see, yeah. That's cool. They got fielding difficulty. That's neat. Like that. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to... Audio and visual? But visual only. There we go. Let's try that. And the first pitch here, it's a 1-1 count. Steve Hernandez. That's going to be looped out the left field. De Los Santos is not going to make the catch, but our left fielder does. Thank goodness. Nice catch in the outfield. One away. That a way to pick up Mr. Hernandez. And we record our first out. Next up, the lefty, Sam Brown. Lefty on lefty. Let's go with the slider action. Ooh, that was filthy. Nice job, Hernandez.
That's a ball.
Let's see. What ABS allows you to challenge balls and strikes. Call the umpire. You'll be prompted after every pitch with the opportunity to challenge the call. Challenge, press down. No, I don't think that was a... I think that was a ball. So we're good. That's cool, though. Very neat. Our first look at that. 2-2 count. And that's going to be the first hit of the year given up by Steve Hernandez. A 2-2 count. Tried to throw the two-seamer inside, and Sam Brown came around with it. All right, now we got a base runner. We're going to go with the fastball here.
No, that's out.
2-1 count. All right, Steve, settle down. This would be a good hit and run pitch if I were them. Swings through the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Good pitch. All right, let's go with a changeup here. And that could be a double play ball. De Los Santos, the second, the first. And we get the leadoff runner on the fielder's choice. 2 away. Cortland Lawson up. Good job getting one out there. And Delgado boots it. Can he still make the play to first? He can. That a way to stick with it. So we get out of the inning. No damage done. 1 hit from the Senators. We go to the bottom of the first. Curve. Down. Excuse me. No score. Not down. We're up against Jarlin Susana. Look at that. 95 to 102 on the fastball. Wow. In Double A. Whew. Pause the action here as I had to let my cat out. It's late in the night here on this first night of early access, but he wants to go outside. Apparently he was not impressed with my pitching in that first inning, but I'm pretty happy that we got out of it. No damage. All right. Edward Florentino, our top prospect here in the doubles. Okay. Here we go. All right, our first swing, we hit, roll over a little bit on the changeup there. Ground out, 1 away. Junior Severino up, switch hitter. Oh, I'm anxious. I'm swinging at everything right now early on. 1-2 count. Oh, he threw it by me. 99 on the gun. Jarlin Susana picks up his first strikeout. 2 away. That brings up Jared Jones.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Good take. Oh, wait, Jared. One of our best pop hitters right here. Thought about that 99. And I think if he throws me the slider down there, I might be set up for it. Ooh. 1 hundo on the gun, and we strike out. 2 strikeouts in the inning. No score. We go to the top of the second.
Leading off for Harrisburg, the designated hitter, Sam Peterson.
Sam Peterson up. Ooh, good accuracy there.
No, that's
nice
down.
pitch.
Ball.
Hold to the ball. We're not going to challenge it. We're going to Probably save those pitches for later.
Ball.
All right. 3-1 count. I'm sure he's gearing up. We're going to go two-seamer down low here. And he swings through it. We might have to change up there. Let's go to the two-seamer high on the full count. And that's going to be, once again, blooped into left center field. And that's going to be the second hit given up by Steve Hernandez. Both times, blue blitz out to left field.
Batting sixth, the catcher, Maxwell.
And he's got good speed. I could see them stealing here. They got a favorable count. We're going to go slider and hope for the best. Ooh. He put good wood on that. Only has 32 power. Double play ball. Hernandez. 1-6-3 double play. Well done. And that gets us out of a big early jam there. Now we have 2 outs. Good job, Steve, getting the double play. Hopefully that builds him some confidence. Good pitch. Up and in. Doesn't like the call. Well, you've got 2 challenges. Oh, did they challenge it? Oh, they did! The first time I've ever seen it overturned. That is so cool. All right. I know some people complain there weren't a lot of changes from this year to last year, but that is certainly a cool change. I mean, yeah, it went against me, but it's really cool to see that happen. And it counts even to 2-2. And we get him on the high cheese. Double play helps us get out of that inning. Senators have 2 hits, but no score. We go to the bottom of the second. We struck out twice in that first inning. Let's see if we can do a better job of being a little more patient. We have a favorable hitter count here, 2-1. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check out the new feature they have where I can maybe block out, or I can block out the, I can do the, let's see, user settings, camera. Can I make it where it's blurred? Presentation. It's a neat new feature that they have. But I don't know if I can find it real quick here. Hitting. Yeah, I don't know how to see it. Still early in the game, so having a hard time figuring out where that would be. Oh, hitting depth of field. Here it is. We're going to see if we can do the blur. I want to see what that's like.
What you got?
Good hold. Yeah, interesting, the blur. That's kind of a cool feature. I'm going to leave that on for now. Oh. No excuses there. I just swung at the high heat. Yeah, I feel like I'm excited. I'm swinging at everything. Pitches out of the zone. He's not going to throw you balls in the zone if you keep swinging at those. Oh, that was ripped. Our first hit. Good contact there. Our first hit, Nick Samio. All right, Sean Ross. That was beautiful contact. Oh, no, I'm going to challenge that. I think that was low. Ooh, oh, the call got upheld. All right, so they've won a challenge and we've lost the challenge. I guess I better hold off on that. Not sure that you want your catcher challenging calls anyway. Probably but Sean does get the runner over.
Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 1, Trace Gonzalez.
Now Trace has a chance to bring in our first run of the year. Oh, that's going to drop. Our first run of the year, an RBI single. Oh, Trace is going to try to take it to 2, and he's going to be safe. Trace Gonzalez with an RBI double, and the Altoona Curve have our first run of the year and our first lead of the year. 1-0. RBI double down the left field line. He was late on the fastball, but it was good enough to bring in the first run of the game. And so basically right now, if the game ended 1-0, he would be our MVP batter that would get that boost in potential. Let's see if we can get a second run here. Come on, Mitch Jeb. Good hold. As you see, that is the number 20th prospect for the Pirates.
Ball.
So I may not keep platooning him. We'll see.
Take your
Great
base, ball.
walk. Patience is golden, trophy earned. And now we have 2 runners on with our number 9 hitter, Tanner Delgado. Very speedy second baseman. He hits that pretty well with 2 outs. Unfortunately, a fly out. F7. We've played 2. Both teams have 2 hits, but we have the run on the board. 1-0 Curve.
Leading off for Harrisburg, the first baseman.
That's an interesting name. Embelek Ortiz? 1-1 count here to Mr. Ortiz. I think Mr. Ortiz is the way we should go. Foul that off. Got that up to 97. Let's bring that inside a bit. Let's see if he can get around this. He's doing a good job fouling that off. He's late. Let's go slider out. Oh, we're going to go 2-seamer. This time he fouls it down first base side. Let's go slider. See if we can get him to chase. Oh, yeah. Call him out. Yeah, punch him out. Thank you, third base umpire. Sit down, Mr. Ortiz. Jared McKenzie now up. We'll go 3-1 count. We're going to have to groove one to him.
No, that's ball 4. Runner, take your base.
The batter number 2.
Walk the number 9 hitter. That is a
Pena.
cardinal error. You do not want to do that. Possibility. We're going to go to first and get the out. Nice play.
Now batting,
2 away.
Sam Brown.
Chose to go to first instead of second. I think that was the right play because I think he would have been safe at second.
Did he go?
Okay, he held up that time. Sam Brown got a hit on us last time. Let's see if we can get him out. Lefty, lefty. Come on now. Bear down.
That's a ball. That's down.
Whew. Sam Brown proving to be the toughest hitter we faced on this lineup. And we're going to get away with that 3-1 changeup. Got a lot of the plate. Wasn't down like you'd like it, but Hernandez got out away from it. And we've gone through 3 times in their order, and we have still given up no runs. Although we've given up 2 hits and a walk.
The center fielder, number 16.
But the lineup turns over. Florentino up for us. He's 0 for 1 in the day. Yeah, I do like this blur thing. I think it's going to be helpful in some of these difficult parts to see. That's a really neat feature. Wow, Florentino hit that one pretty well. In fact, he got it all. Solo shot for Eddie Florentino. Our first home run in MLB The Show. And it's by our top prospect here in the doubles, at least from the fielding perspective. He got that 99-mile-an-hour fastball and said goodbye. I think Junior Severino struck out the first time, and they're using their aggressiveness against you there at the changeup. Oh, and then they hit him after the home run. Interesting decision there, Mr. Susanna. There might be some repercussions after that. Oh, we've got a runner now on first base. Oh, good pitch on the slider. I was looking fastball there. 1-2 count.
Ball.
Goes back to the fastball low and outside. Good patience. Ooh, Ooh, could that drop? No. It's going to be a fly out to right field for 2 outs. And Mr. Jones is retired, and that brings up our first hit of the year, Nick Similo? I guess they're saying it's Similo. Oh, that ball gets away from the catcher, and we're going to advance to second. Now we have a runner in scoring position. Similo missed it there, but the runner does advance.
Ball.
Liking that we scored 2 runs early in this game. That's great. Usually these minor league games, we don't see a ton of scoring,
Now batting, catcher.
at least in the previous years. But this is the mighty Altoona Curve roster. And Sean Ross is going to bring home that 3rd run right here. Of course, to do that, you actually have to put the bat on the ball. The 24th biggest prospect in our system. And he whiffs on the curveball. Good pitching stuff there. However, we played our 2nd run of the year, a solo home run from our top lineup prospect. And we have a 2-0 lead. Menendez so far 54 pitches, 33 plus innings.
Nope. Ball.
Ooh. Good pitch. Murphy Staley. 2-1 count. Favorable count in that. He got a lot of wood on that. Yeah, that was good contact there. One crowd going to get into it. And that's going to be a foul ball. But Gonzalez is going to be under it. Good job. 1 out. Good first out. And now it's a 2-2 count. Cortland Lawson, he is 0 for 1 on the day. Make it 0 for 2. Strikeout from Hernandez. Good changeup. Down where it needs to be. 2 outs, and that brings up Sam Peterson. He's already got a hit on the day.
Ball outside.
Takes ball 3. He's Washington's 25th best prospect. Yeah, Washington rated the worst team in the game going into MLB The Show 26.
Hee-haw.
And if you look at their ratings, they don't even have the best farm system. So if you're looking to rebuild a team in MLB The Show 26, Washington would be a good team to rebuild. Dead last in the rankings and not even a great farm system. So you're talking about a total rebuild. And they've got a couple nice prospects, but overall, that is it's even worse than the White Sox. Well, I tried rebuilding last year before I got fired because I couldn't do it. 3-1 count. Buckle down, Menendez. We don't want Maxwell Romero Jr. to tie the score with 1 swing. We got 2 outs. Let's get him here on the slider. Oh, that's going to be dropping for a base hit. Runner goes to third. It's going to be 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs. Good speed there on the pad. He gets all the way to 3rd. As he was running on the pitch. We get Kerwin Pichardo here, who could give them the lead. 1 swing of the bat.
That's a ball.
Good eyes to the number 7 hitter, who struck out his first appearance.
That's inside. That's a ball.
Couldn't get the fastball located there, and it's 3-1. Fouls that off, and the count is full. The runner on first will be taking off on the pitch. I think the changeup has been working well for us. Let's go back to it. Fouls that off. Two-seamer. Oh, bases are juiced. Steve Hernandez, and here we see, can we buckle down? Oh, we're going to pause the action. My kitty cat wants back in. That was not a call to the bullpen. That was a call to the cat pen. As Houdini, my cat, was wanting back in from the cold weather here in Illinois. And we are facing a big-time jam. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We got a 1-1 count. Good news is we have lefty-lefty action. against Mr. Ortiz. There we go. Fastball low and outside.
Right to.
Good pitch. Now we have the count on our side. Let's see if we can get him on the slider.
Ball.
Wouldn't bite on the slider. Good eye. Oh, you strike him out. Good pitch there from Steve Hernandez. We've given up a lot of base runners, but no runs. And the key to the baseball game is runs. Yes, you want hits and you want walks. But at the end of the day, it is the runs that matter. And Steve Hernandez has pitched out of another jam. The biggest one so far for him. We go to the bottom of the second. Excuse me, bottom of the fourth with a 2-0 lead. Oh, that ball was crushed. Perfect swing. And that's going to be a double in the gap. We're going to hold him at second. Trace Gonzalez, 107 exit velo. And that was our first perfect swing of MLB The Show 26. Notice it was a curveball. Not where you want it, though, as a pitcher. And we were on it. That's a cool feature. You can see kind of where the pitches have been. Very cool. Now, Susanna is up to 65 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth.
That's a ball.
And at the very least, Mr. De Los Santos, want to move that runner over to third. All right. I am actually going to do my first circle swing of MLB The Show 26 to move this runner over. That's not going to move him over. De Los Santos pops up in the infield. The runner doesn't get moved over. But that's going to be all for Mr. Susanna. They're going to bring in Marquise Grissom Jr. to face Mitch Jebb. Mr. Grissom Jr. features 4 pitches, 4-seamer, changeup, curveball, and 2-seamer.
That's a ball.
Good eye. Favorable hitters count. Oh, buckled me there. That changeup, I was not expecting changeup there. And by the time I realized I wanted to swing, it was already in the glove.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyler Delgado.
Hot looking. And that did catch the corner. I'm glad I didn't challenge it. Come on, Kiner Delgado. Let's see if you can get your first hit of the year and bring home our 3rd run of the day.
Ball.
That ball was hit really well. Unfortunately, it's going to be right at the right fielder after a couple of feet of movement. Good stroke, though, from our number 9 hitter. We go to the top of the 5th. It's a 2-0 game. And with Steve Hernandez at 88 pitches, it is time for me to start thinking about warming up someone. I'm going to go ahead and warm up Christian Curtis, our long reliever. Because I don't want to have Steve Hernandez out there to a point where he gets tired and we're in a jam. So let's see if he can get a quick 1-2-3 inning and qualify for the win. Nice play, Junior Severino. Excellent play. One away.
Second baseman, Deondel Pena.
Oh, not a good
No,
pitch.
that's up.
Ooh. I'm not going to, yeah. Gotta throw a better pitch than that. All right, back to the 4-seamer. There's the pitch we want to get to the leadoff hitter. Make him earn his place on base. And that is a pretty good hit for a first place hitter with only 33 power. That has me concerned. I think I'm going to go to the changeup here. And we get him on the punch out. Hot looking. Nice pitch. All right, Hernandez up to 98 pitches. Can he get this last batter and qualify for the win? Because he will be coming out after this inning's over. Probably not where you want to throw a slider. Look at that center cut. We got away with one, especially to a player that's been doing pretty well today. And Sam Brown. He's going to pop up, though, the Junior Severino, and Steve Hernandez is going to go 5 innings of shutout ball, sprinkling 4 hits along the way, and I think a walk. But he does qualify for the win, and he will be coming out with a 2-0 lead on opening day here in Altoona. Here comes half our RBI production leading off with the solo shot, Edward Florentino. Oh, he was looking for number 2 there. Oh, my.
No, that's out.
He held off that time on the changeup that got him on the previous pitch. Good hold. 2-2 count.
No, that
Holds
missed.
off on the changeup again. Florentino showing a good eye. Fouls that off. Probably was ball 4. Yeah, looks like it was ball 4. And he's going to let the curveball go. Florentino. What an at-bat. Junior Severino with a very favorable hitter's count, 3-1. We're actually going to do our first guess. We're going to go the what do we call that? Ambush hitting.
Missed.
And we're going to draw another walk. Back-to-back walks given up by Grissom Jr. And now Jared Jones has a great opportunity. And another 3-1 count. I think we're going to guess fastball up. And that's going to be hit into the gap. Here comes the runner. The third, safe.
He's safe.
And an RBI single for Jared Jones. Oppo shot, and it's 3-0. Look at that. It was out of the strike zone, but we guessed high fastball. And it was out of the zone. It was ball 4. But we still made contact. The run scores, and it's first and third with nobody out. And Nick Sibillo, is that how they said his name?
Ball, that's outside.
Is going to take that for a ball. He's got a favorable 2-1 count with nobody out. And at least we want a sac fly here. 68 speed is good enough for me. Will that be deep enough? It's AA. We're going to test it. Here comes the runner with 68 speed, and that is going to be safe. And it's 4-0 Curve. And I like what I'm seeing here with this offense. 4 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Sign me up for that. All right, Sean Ross. Just got under that ball. Lazy fly ball to center field. But I'm still excited about this offense. 4 runs. That's going to be all for that pitcher. Then comes Shinoki Ogasawara. And look at this. Trey Gonzalez, 2 for 2 on the day. Thus, they bring in the lefty to try to neutralize him. He swings over that circle change. Boom. Then comes in with the 4-seamer, which looked awfully fast at 89. That being said, the Curve continued to put up some runs. And through 5, we lead 4-0 on opening day. And that's going to be all for Steve Hernandez. We're going to bring in Christian Curtis. He features 5 pitches, 4-seamer, curve, slider, circle change, and cutter. He's going to face the 3-4-5 of this lineup. Good job, though, pitching for Hernandez. 5 innings of no-run ball. Pitched out of a lot of challenges, especially that bases loaded situation, but he got out of it, and his ERA will be flawless. Excellent curveball there from Christian Curtis. In fact, we're going to go back to it again. It was so good. Oh, that's filthy. In the dirt, Ross gets it, throws the first, gets the recorded strikeout. And in comes Sam Peterson, who is 2 for 2 on the day.
Peterson.
We're going to go back to that curveball again. Yeah, that's filthy. I like what I'm seeing from that curveball from Christian Curtis. And back with the heater. Let's see. Let's go. Cutter. That's pretty good wood there from Sam Peterson. Let's go high and inside fastball. Look down the line. That's going to go into the stands. You can see many of the Altoona faithful enjoying a baseball game here. And that's going to be a ground out to Junior Severino. Makes the play. He's played some good defense today. We've played 5.5. It's now an official game. And the Curve lead 4-0.
Leading off for the Curve.
I think we're going to get our bullpen. It's opening day, so we want to get some people up and ready to go. We're going to stretch and touch Parachi, and we're going to stretch and touch Urkalani. There we go. Just have them stretch and toss. 6th inning and all. All right, De Los Santos, you're 0 for 2 in the day, but now you get to face a lefty. Hitter's count at 2-1. He get his first hit of the year. I'm doing very well on that 89-mile-an-hour fastball from the lefty. Shouldn't be that hard to hit. And yet we strike out on it.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Otis Owari doing a nice job with that pitch. Mitch Jebb is up, looking for his first hit of the young campaign. Yeah, you can tell it's the first time I've played MLB The Show. I'm definitely swinging at a lot of pitches. Laid off that curveball finally. Oh, that's a nice lefty on lefty stroke. That's going to be in the gap. That's going to be a double, if not a triple with that speed. We're going for the triple, and we're going to make a bad decision. He is out. Mitch Jebb trying to stretch it to 3. With a 4-0 lead, you'll take that. I would not be happy if we were in a scoreless game or down a run. But up by 4, I'm okay with Mitch Jebb trying to stretch that out. He had the speed. Kyler Delgado is 0 for 2, but he's actually put some good bat on ball in the 9th spot here. I like what I'm seeing from him so far, even though he only has 41 contact, 34 power. I think he's done well from the 9th hole, considering that he is 0 for 2. There, he rolls over on it, and his 85 speed isn't enough. We've played 6. We're up 4-0 on opening day. MLB The Show 26. We're going to send Curtis out for another inning. Lazy ground out to Severino. Veteran makes the play. 1-2 count to Pichardo. Fastball. Can't quite get it by him. Let's go back to that curveball that's been dancing all over. Oh, that is filthy. Pichardo's like, I'm not supposed to see that kind of pitch in Double-A. Well, you will be. Oh, ties him up with the cutter. Tell you what, I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Mr. Curtis. That was an ugly pitch, but overall, he's looked good coming out of the pen today as well. Ground out, De Los Santos makes the play, 6-3. 7th inning stretch time. Bottom of the 7th, we go. Center still scoreless, losing 4-0.
Leading off for the Curve.
Here comes Edward Florentino, 1 for 2 in the day with that solo shot. Yeah, we're way ahead of that fastball sometimes, but then we're also then sometimes behind it. So just fouled that off. Yeah, after this game is over, I'm gonna have to go to bed because it is already late. I've got school tomorrow, and it is, oh my, that is late on the clock. Yeah, we're definitely gonna want to wrap this one up. Definitely do not want extra innings.
Ball.
2-1 count. There's a shot down the left field line for Junior Severino. Going to be caught, though.
Now pitching for Harrisburg, number 47.
They're going to bring a new pitcher, Eddie. Yeon. All right, Jared Jones in 333 so far today. Good eye.
Ball.
Now he's got a favorable count. I think we're going to guess fastball high. And we are going to be right. Except we're late on the guess. Might have swung a ball for there. Not real happy with that at bat. Since we had a 3-1 count, we could have done more with that. Oh well, we go to the top of the eighth. Still looking good. 4-0. We are going to go to the pen this inning. But I think we need to have people fully warming up. So I think we're going to give them a chance to warm up a little bit more. And Curtis will face his third inning. Look at that. Nearly 18,000 in attendance today. Good showing here for Altoona. And Curtis not afraid to throw a curveball on 3-1. 4-0 lead. You want to throw strikes. And he does. And McKenzie was ready. He smacked that ball. That was down the middle. Not great location. 3-2 count again. And he swings on the cutter. Good pitch from Curtis. Cutting action. Coming in on the batter. Down and low. And that's normally where a lefty likes it. But notice it was way out of the strike zone. It looked good until it wasn't. And that's pitching for you. Whew. And then Curtis comes back to that filthy curveball.
That's a ball.
Tell you what, I am impressed with what I'm seeing today from Curtis. In fact,
Ball. That's
I think
it.
I'm more impressed with him than I was with our starter. Our starter did give up no runs, but he did give up 4 hits and a walk. So, good play, Delgado. Throw him out. Good job, Delgado. Makes the play. There's 2 away. Tell you what, Christian Curtis might just finish this inning now.
Ball.
Yeah, I've got him penciled in, Mr. Curtis, as our long relief 6th man. But I tell you what, if anybody falters in this starting rotation, he easily be the man I pick.
That's it.
I like that curveball. A lot of action. And we'll go back to that cutter. Oh, walk.
Now batting, third baseman Murphy.
And in comes Murphy Stelly with 2 outs. Swings through the slider. And we're 1 out, 1 strike away from getting out of this. He went for it a little bit. But a good hold. 2-2 count. Let's get out of this inning. Good pitch. Gets him on the slider. Curtis is going to go 3 innings of no run ball. In fact, he doesn't give up a single hit. Does give up the 1 walk, but really phenomenal job from Curtis. And that means for the bullpen, who do we want in the 9th? Do we want to see our closer in a 4-0 game? I don't think so. I think we want to save him. But I do want to see what Harbin can do. So I think we're going to sit down both of our middle relievers. And I think we're going to warm up Harbin. Because I want to see what he can do. Because I'm not sold he's worthy of this team. He's 24 years old, deep potential. Not sure he's got what it takes, but we're going to see in this 4-0 game. And if he gives him a runner, then we'll have Phil Reyes form up. All right, Nick.
The first baseman, Nick Simolo.
Simolo. Simolo. 2-2 count for Simolo.
No, that's low. Ball.
Good eye. I'm writing his name down phonetically in my paper just to remember it's Simolo. 3-2 count for Simolo. Oh, wow. Good stroke out to left field, and he misses it. And we're going to get, are they going to call that a double or an error? No, those are the kind of balls that will fall. And Simolo is going to be credited, I think, with a hit. Yep. Good double for Simolo. And we have a runner on second and nobody out. Yeah, that was good wood. We were on top of that fastball for sure. All right, Sean Ross. 0 for 3 in the day. Let's circle swing you and try to move that runner over. It's only a 66 speed. Not bad.
Ball.
All right, we're going to go back to normal swing. See if we can get that runner over. We cannot. Strike out on the two-seamer.
Now batting, right fielder, Frank.
And that brings up maybe the MVP right now, Trace Gonzalez. 2 for 3 in the day. Oh, jinxed him. Going to pop up the third base in foul territory. That's going to be 2 outs. And we are squandering an opportunity with the leadoff double. They're going to bring in Orlando Rebalta. Not a great ERA last year, over 7. We'll take advantage. And De Los Santos,
Call time.
we're going to give someone else a chance. It's opening day. Let's bring in Javier Rivas.
Pitch hitting for the curve.
See what Rivas can do.
Javier.
He's a tall through the water. Very lanky. Good eye. Oh, that was well struck. Unfortunately, that slider right into the glove of the third baseman. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Curve with 7 hits and 4 runs. Senators with 4 hits and no runs. And we are going to bring in maybe we want to bring in let's try it one more time. You can tell I'm getting a little tired. We're going to bring in Ryan Harbin.
Out pitching for the curve. Number 84.
It's not a save opportunity. Hopefully it won't be. Let's see what Ryan Harbin can do.
That's a ball. Ha!
Not a great slider. It gets the strike, but that's not where you want to throw it. And he gets his first strikeout of the season. Ryan Harbin.
The designated hitter.
Good pitch.
Sam Peterson.
And Peterson, 2 for 3 in the day. That's going to be a little number up for middle. Can we make the play?
No, he said.
No, we cannot make the play. Peterson gets his 3rd hit of the day.
Maxwell.
And that might be enough for me to stretch and toss our closer, Reyes. Just get up, start stretching. We do not want to throw this game away in the last inning because we weren't prepared. Good change up against Romero Jr. Oh, he reached for that 2-seamer, and that's going to be a bad swing. Ross is under it. There's 2 away. Good job, Harbin. On the way to come back. We're 1 out away for our first victory of the year. That's going to be a ground out to Delgado. He throws the first. Game over. The Curve get their first win on opening day. Coach Mo gets his first managerial win, and everything looks sharp. 4 runs, no runs given up by your pitching staff. Just a complete game overall. A couple mistakes we'd like to clean up, but overall, no errors in the day. 7 hits, 4 runs, a solo shot. Let's see who they gave the MVP to. I'm imagining they're going to give it to Hernandez, the pitcher. But for my purposes, it's the hitter that's the MVP that gets the nod. So they're going to say Hernandez. But let's go ahead and go to the scorecard and see who we're giving the MVP to. So Nick Simile was 2 for 3 with an RBI and hit .667. Trace Gonzalez went 2 for 4, hit .500 with an RBI. And Florentino was 1 for 3 with an RBI home run and a walk. Give the award to. I feel like Trace Gonzalez hit the ball the best. So even though Florentino had the solo shot, we're going to give it to Trace Gonzalez. Trace Gonzalez will get the bump in potential. Good job, Trace Gonzalez. I mean, he had two doubles, an RBI, 2 for 4. Yeah, I think I'm convinced Trace Gonzalez will be getting our hitting MVP. So for the first game, the also positive impact was the +5 potential to MVP hitter. And I did have 2 good candidates, but in the end, I decided to go with Trace Gonzalez with his 2 doubles. I thought he hit the ball really well both times. So he's going to get a +5 to his potential. Will that be enough to get him up from that D potential? We'll have to see here. His potential goes from 65 to 70. So that was a good jump for him. Now, will it be enough to get him to possibly move? I mean, when you look at his age, down here, he's 25 at a 58. Is that going to be enough? No, probably not. But it is nice to see his potential go from D to C after that big opening day game. And I hope for big things from him in the future, because I did certainly like the way he hit the ball in that opening game. So hopefully Trace Gonzalez will be at least a cornerstone for this AA team. At 25, it may be too late to see him in the majors, but could he make it even to AAA? That would be something to, that's part of the fun of this, starting in doubles and seeing if some of them can move up the ladder with us. But we can't get there without their help, and Trace Gonzalez will hopefully be a big part of that offense moving forward for the rest of the year. So after that opening day victory for us, which was fantastic, as I reminded you, we are going to see bumps in our approval ratings for the GM, fans, media, players, and staff. Those are separately rolled D20s. And then we're going to see D10 improvements in job security, team chemistry, and manager rating. I did these off camera. As you can see, our GM rating went up from 50 to 63, fans to 45, media up 18 to 38. That's a big jump. Our players, we went up 8 to 43. Our staff, we only went from 35 to 39. As far as the job security, team chemistry, manager ratings, we saw job security go up 4. We saw our team chemistry and manager ratings both go up to 55. So that is the positive impact that we had from the game as far as the ratings. For the captain portion of the season, we are going to nominate Steve Hernandez. Yes, we just got him off of the free agency, but with his best rating and also he's 23, he brings the nice veteran presence to the team, even though he's only 23. When I say veteran, he's not 18 or 19. He's old enough. He's seen some things, and while he's a free agent, he's no longer a free agent. He's on our team. So we're going to give him the captain's badge and a 3-point boost. So we're going to go to his thing there. And how do we edit these players? That's the question. This is my first time. How do we edit these players? That is a great question. I've got to figure out. Let's see. No, that's not it. How do we edit these players? No. So we have to hit that and edit player. There we go. All right, so we've got that figured out. Now, time for attributes. A captain's badge means potential goes up by a D3. Boy, a 2 or 3 would be nice here. That would get him into B potential range, which helps their growth. I rolled a 3. What's that do? Shaves the cancel. There we go. Alright, so he's got B potential, not 81, which is awesome. We're going to make that change on the card because he is the captain. That's going to make a huge boost, helping him grow even better. We're going to change that on our scorecard. And then the captain for the hitter, finish that. All right. And then for the captain hitter, even though he's the DH, whoops, we gotta go to the minors here. I am gonna make Jared Jones our captain. He's 22 years old, 59C. I just like his numbers. I feel like there's something there. And he is that nice age at 22 where he's been around a couple years, but he's not like some of these guys are like 26, 25. I don't see them making the squad next year. And I want my captain to be someone who might stay the captain and be there for a couple years or even maybe move up in the organization. So Jared Jones is going to be the captain of the offense. We're going to give him the D3 potential change. You won't see a letter change here, but anything is helpful. And we rolled a 2. So he'll go up to a 73 potential, which I will definitely take. And that is the captains being selected. Well, there it is, the first opening day game in our MLB 26 experience, and it was a win. Great win overall. 4 runs scored, no runs given up on the defensive side of things, and that was a fun first game. I know it was a long episode, but I hope you're willing to stick with me as I make my way through the Altoona Curve season as we try to climb our way up to the major leagues. As always, if you haven't, think about subscribing, smash that like button, and tell a friend about this Road to the Show franchise experience. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.